for organizing this program named STHRAINAM, a celebration of womanhood. I would also like to express my profound appreciation for the renowned sculptors, both women and men, from all over India who were involved in this creative process, which has resulted in this beautiful sculpture park. And Dr. Gopal informed me that Dr. Verma has been working with great dedication to create this park. The Ahalia Health Heritage and Knowledge Village, managed by Ahalia International Foundation, has been working with the vision of ensuring health care for all in an environment of healing. The vast and green campus, which consists of healthcare facilities and institutions imparting education in medical and other subjects, has grown to become one of the biggest and greenest campuses in Kerala. I recall that Ahalia Heritage Village had earlier organized a yaganam as a prayer for collective wellness at a time when the whole world was fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Today what we see at Ahalia is the celebration of two aspects: the greatness of Indian art and the virtues of womanhood. The branch of Indian art we celebrate is Shilp-Kala, or sculpture, in which India has a significant place in the world. It is said that in sculpture, our art becomes more vocal than in architecture. It considers all varieties of life forms and brings before eyes the figured realities of the universal and the ideal world. While Greek and European art mostly centered around the depiction of man, Indian art had an eye for the grandeur of the feminine, not just in humans, but the entire creation of nature. It is said that Greek artists brought God near to man. The Indian artist took man near to God. In our tradition, a question is asked as to what is art, and the answer is, art is what helps in grasping and realizing the eternal spirit. This is what art is, or we can say what helps in manifesting the divinity which dwells in all beings, a common inheritance of all mankind. The question I have referred to is Kim Kala. What is art? Kam Paramatmanam Lati Girhanati Iti Kala. Art is what brings you near to the supreme truth. This has been acknowledged by even the great French sculptor Auguste Rodin, who says that Indian art is the adoration of the unknown force which maintains the universal laws and which preserves the types of all beings. What makes Indian sculpture different is that it has been inspired by Vedanta thought with special emphasis on yogic tradition that makes our sculpture a divine as well as human art. The Indian artist is at home both in the natural and in the supernatural and excels in revealing the generic and representative aspects of all forms. The aim of Indian art is not photographic accuracy or realism. Instead, it is the expression of the dominant mood of passion that we call rasa. And I am happy to see this quality in the sculptures. When I went around the park, the quality is powerfully exhibited in the sculptures which have been installed. It is marvelous to see STHRAINAM celebrating womanhood through 118 characters based on scriptures, mythology, history, legends, and Indian literature. While watching STHRAINAM, I was surprised by a synonym for woman in Malayalam, abala, meaning weed. It is perhaps as part of the Western concept of seeing women as belonging to the weaker sex, which was later euphemized as fairer sex. In fact, it will not be out of place here if I recall what Mahatma Gandhi, our father of nation, had said. He said that if the whole thing is to be decided by the brute force, then certainly woman is not a brute. So you can call her abla. But if it has to be decided by your moral, your intellectual capabilities, then in no way you can describe a woman as abla. In India, women were honored for their strength and faithfulness in being pillars of strength for their families and their society. This virtue is exemplified in the Panch Kanyas, Ahalia, Draupadi, Sita, Tara, and Mandodari, who are the object of our adoration. The educated and empowered women too had a special place in the society in the Vedic times, as we see in the example of scholars, women scholars, who composed the verses of the Vedas, which is called Richika. Indian legends have many examples of women's confidence and power. There's a passage, not really a passage, but the famous classic Geet Govinda starts with a shlok, which again is very powerful articulation of the woman power. It starts with Megher Meduram Ambaram Vanbhuva Shama Tamal Durume Naktam Bhiruriyam Tvamev Tadidam Radhe Girham Prapya Itham Nanda Nideshata Chaliteo Pirtiyadva Kunja Durume Radhe Madhav Yor Jayanti Yamna Kule Raha Keliya. What it means, Geet Govinda starts with this verse, and what it means, it is that in the evening, when the sky is overcast with clouds, when the tall trees appear to be very frightening, and Lord Krishna, who in our tradition is described as Purna Purush, even he becomes frightened. And he takes shelter under Shri Radhe, who escorts her back to the house. There is mention of Nand Gopal also, father of Shri Krishna, who asked Radha to take Krishna home safely. Victory to the love sports of Radha and Madhav in the secrecy of every bush and bower on the banks of Yamuna on their way home. Despite such glorious examples, this great tradition, the status of women suffered in later years with the diminishing interest and awareness in our own cultural heritage under the impact possibly of foreign invasions and foreign influences. However, the need for empowerment of women received a fillip through the ideas and ideals of thinkers like Swami Vivekananda and Savitri Phule. Swami Vivekananda said, "It is impossible to think the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. It is impossible for a bird to fly on one wing alone." And it has been said in our tradition, "Jan samanyeshu Istrishu Pirsaradate Unnate Kaschit Upayo Nasti." It is not possible for any society to progress without spread of education among the masses and particularly among women. Even during the freedom movement, this aspect was highlighted by Mahatma Gandhi. Here in Kerala, during the later part of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century, we heard the voice of a poet, Tota Katta Ikka Varma, in her work Subhadra Arjunam. She said, "Parit Bharichilayo Victoria." When one of her character, her own composition, the character says, "Women cannot write poetry." Then she says, "Did not Bhama, the dear one to Mallari, wage war? And did not Subhadra drive the chariot? Did not Queen Victoria rule over this land?" And this, as I said earlier, this was in reply to a statement by a character that only certain things only men could do. Coming to the modern age, we visualize a more powerful India which foresees not just development and empowerment of women, but as our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has repeatedly said, we want to see women-led development of India. Such development would materialize only when women come forward to gain better education and take active roles in democratic process. When I was coming to here to speak, Dr. Verma showed me this booklet, and very appropriately you have chosen a line from great Manu, who has said that a society where women are not worshipped, you can say women are not respected, women are not treated with dignity, women are not given their due, then where they are treated with respect, where they are worshipped, respected, then God themselves dwell in that society. Thank you very much for showing me this. I hope STHRAINAM exhibition would be a source of inspiration for our girls and women to occupy the center stage of all our activities. I compliment Ahalia Village and all artists who have made this exhibition a reality. Dr. Gopal, thank you very much, very, very much for giving me this second opportunity to visit this beautiful campus. But I wanted to come and spend more time here, which unfortunately today again I won't be able to do. So I would like to express hope that you would invite me again. Thank you very much.